Hi, my name is Natalie. I am a hairstylist here at Lavish Hair Concepts in Tecumseh, Ontario. What I'm going to showcase to you today on my client Sarah is Pantone's Color of the Year, the Peach Fuzz. I'm going to put a little bit of a pink highlight in there just to kind of show it off a little bit more, give the hair a little bit more movement. Thanks for coming with me on this little journey. So I'm here with Sarah and I've got her all draped and ready to go. I just wanted to show you a quick peek at her hair before the lightning service. She's got like a little bit of a color band here. This is all pre-lightened. This is all her natural. She's about, I don't know, 20% gray, if that. Okay, I'm gonna start with her mid-shaft application. I'm gonna just apply the color here and throughout her whole head and get rid of some of that color, start breaking it up. And then we're gonna go in, retouch the roots, mix another formula for her ends when I'm ready to touch those up. We're going to get her prepped for her fun color. What we're gonna do is we're gonna spray structure equalizer. This is gonna even out the porosity of her hair so her color takes a little more evenly. We've gotten Sarah's color all mixed up here. The color is beautiful even when it's in the bowl. It makes me really excited. We mixed 100 mils of 7 volume. Then we did 25 mils of the 9 GB in colorants, and we did 25 mils of 10V. We did 5 pink concentrated drops, the photo dye drops, 3 of the orange, and only 2 of the yellow. For our second formula, also a beautiful color. Looks nice and frothy too. We did 10 BB, so we did 50 mils of that, 100 mils of color of 7 volume, and we did 3 pink drops in there. So we mixed those together. The 10 BB and pink drops is going to sit outside of her foils, and the 9 GB and 10V is going to sit inside of the foil, so we get a play off of dark and light peach with a ton of reflection from those photo dye drops. I'm gonna just label what I did down with a dry erase marker. I love the dry erase marker to keep things kind of in line. It is 9 GB, helps me from mixing them up when I don't want to. And then it just washes right off the side of the bowl. So it's a great, dry erase markers are great tools to use. Let's get started. So we're gonna get started with Sarah's sectioning today. I'm gonna start with the 4 quadrants and then we're gonna branch off from there. So we have our 4 quadrants. We're gonna go in and we are going to find out where the apex of her head is. We're gonna balance our comb. Wherever that comb lifts off the head, that's gonna be part of our front portion. What we're gonna do is we're gonna angle that towards the arch of her eyebrow to make sure we get a triangular shape. This would also be like if you were to cut her bangs. This is the section that you would use. So we're gonna go ahead and get that out of the way. Okay, so since we got those first 2 quadrants out, I'm gonna take a little slice from the point of this front triangle, and I'm gonna point it towards her ear. I'm just gonna follow this line all the way down. Right there, right to the first quadrant. Then I'm gonna do the same on this side, so we end up with a little triangle. And we're just gonna get that out of our way so we can finish this up. And we're gonna pin these guys back up. So again, following her natural hair growth pattern. This side has a little more hair, this section has a little more hair in it than the other side. She parts on this side of her head. And kind of flips back and forth between up and down. So we want to make sure she gets full coverage in that area. Separating these sections is just going to make it easier for you to work and apply the color. So working on the back 2 sections, we're going to let down this quadrant, and we're gonna make our triangle go right just above her occipital bone, right here. This is gonna be added to the first two sections that we took out. We wanna make sure that we're not over foiling, so we wanna make sure that we're not pulling hair from any one direction. You wanna make sure that your foil, the hair you're foiling is within this range, so if you need to just adjust your angle, you can do that. This ensures no misspots, no over direction. And we're gonna do the same to this side. And go straight here. This fun's gonna fall all over. We wanna make sure we really load that area with color and really make sure that it's very impactful. That's why we've sectioned it out. We are going to go from the back of the ear down to the nape. So that is the sectioning for this whole thing. So now it's just a matter of going in and placing your color, which is gonna be super easy because it's all slicing. We're taking our root color and we're tapping right in at the root. Second color in that same foil. We're gonna turn our brush sideways and blend it down. Next section. Tap in our root. Make sure your section's fully saturated at the root. And your end color, we're applying fully to the end. And we're blending in the two colors in the middle. All in one foil. We're gonna work one quadrant at a time. So first things first, working in this corner here, go down just to cover what we've already done. We're gonna drop our next section. This whole section is gonna be one color. And that's what I mean by creating that movement. We're creating that movement in the back to go down by just using color before we have even cut our hair. So this whole section right here is gonna be our 9GB and 10B, and we're just gonna tap that root and go down and make sure everything's fully saturated. Lay our foil on top. Take another angle from our section. And we're going in with the 10. In this quadrant, we're going to be working from the bottom up. We're following the same angle from up here. We're going to start with the opposite color from which we ended. So back here at the top, we ended with the darker color. In the front, we ended with the lighter color on top. That way, if she parts her hair on the opposite side, she gets a show of both colors. So this one, we have to start with the lighter color. So it's gonna be the 10 BB and 3 pink drops. Area, we're gonna go in the opposite direction, so you kind of get like a movement going throughout the hair. We're gonna start on this end. Again, we're just doing slices. You could do this without foil if you want. I prefer to keep things a little neater. I'm gonna go in with the dark color first. So we've got Sarah all set up with her peach and pink highlight. She's got quite a large part that goes right to the back of her head here where she has her swirl. Thankfully she only has one, but that means this whole side of her head has a lot more hair than the other. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give her a long shag. We're not cutting a whole bunch of length off. We're gonna cut the interior of Sarah's haircut first. Since we don't want to take a lot of length off, we're going to cut the whole interior and then we'll move to the exterior once we finish the front. Moving to the front of Sarah's haircut, we're going to drag everything forward in sections. We're going to use this section here, so right in front of her, a section right in front of her ear and behind her ear as our transition section. We're going to use this to blend the front to the back. So we're just going to take this little section and pin it up. Everything else is going to be dragged forward. So we're going to drag this whole section forward and give her a nice base frame. And take our transition section, we're going to bring that forward to blend in. Yeah, super heavy up top. And our transition section and this section right behind it. Making sure these two get married. Peachy Peachy. Volume mousse, the top whip, it's number 4. Go in next with Curl and Waves. We're just going to do an overall spray before we use our iron. It has heat protection in it. Next, I'm going in with Diamond Gloss. Diamond Gloss is one of my favorite products because it adds a lot of shine, makes the color really stand out, shows off the haircut really well, but it also protects against humidity. So in Windsor, we are super humid from about June all the way until sometimes October. So this is one of the products that goes right into people's baskets on the way out. And then we're going to go in first with Perfect Hold. We're going to go in with Magic Finish. We're going in with number 3. That way it has some brushability and some movability as I'm styling her up. Going with my pick, which is a underused tool, I think. And take these out one by one, give it a quick little fluff so that we can get her that big fluffy blowout look. I want to show you the back here and all the colors that are going on. You can see those peaches, those pinks. I love the bright peach at the root, but you can see the swirls of color in here, and I just love how frothy the whole thing looks.
Oh, I love it.
So we're going to finish off with sprayer. Number 5, perfect hold. And just give her a once over.